Hello. Who's in? Fish. Polly. Shakespeare. Goes who's gone for his walk. How we all doing? I can barely see out of these glasses. Then he cleaned. Where is my glasses cleaner? Keeps getting moved. He's wearing keeps getting moved. Where is it? It's miles away is where it is. Beans and toast for dinner, but I decided to put some. Look at this shirt, it's got like. This is clean, but it doesn't look it. It's too much washing powder. Either that or fabric softener. Didn't notice it in the dark, but it's noticeable under these lights. There we go. I like them guns, they're looking alright. We'll do the other ones today. But after we've done these. We're all up to. Maybe had a good weekend. I can't believe it's Sunday already. Cannot believe it's Sunday. Just doing a little bit of tidying. Just because I've got paints on the desk, shouldn't belong here. I still haven't got any bloody Mr. Surfacer. Well, I've got the black, the pink Mr. Surfacer, but I'll need that. What am I doing? Need those. Need that. Need those. Don't need that. We'll need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. That pen needs to go that way around. Okay, I think we're about tidy. Say tidier. That's what I do mean. It's the same deal as yesterday, mostly. Yeah, I've got some filters here I can show you. When I work out which shelf they're on. It might be behind me, actually. No, use one. Use a brown. Brown for dark green. This one's a bit grainy, actually. This is an old one. But you see how it's just like dirty enamel? Yeah, it's an old filter. No, that one's like, I've had it for years. I know some others, some like a grey and a black. From a different brand. Oh, what's this here? This is a different. Here's a different one. We'll see what this one's like. This one, what the hell is even that? Tan for 3-tone camo. It's pretty much just like a tea. When I say grainy, I don't mean grainy as in there's a grit to it. It's smooth. It's just the pigment clumps slightly. And these are ancient. Probably need a good old proper agitation. There's no balls in these. But yeah, they're good. I don't know where the Mig Productions ones went. Those were okay. I don't think I use them often enough to have to bring them across here. That's my only thought. There's a grey filter one here. Miles away. He's an AK blue. Blue for grey. This one's a little bit thicker than the others. Blue for Panzer Grey. Smells different as well. You could have a look in the AK line if you wanted. This product allows us to change subtly the tone of base colour of our model, making it more accurate and authentic. This product allows us to change subtly the tone of base colour of our model, making it more accurate and authentic colour, full stop. Yeah, you can get them in acrylic, but I wouldn't, because the acrylics will dry on the model and you'll get staining. The whole point of having them as an enamel basically means that you have the time to work them without getting any of it drying. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Where's me? Yeah. You gonna fall off there? The answer is maybe. We'll try it, eh? So a bit of water in there. Anything that's refined, low odor. I mean, you could buy AKs or ammos, but you're going to pay through the nose for like this much. Or you could go to B&Q. Go to B&Q. Get that much for the same price. Premium low odor, white spirit. Thins, solvent, oil-based paints. B&Q, if you've got a B&Q over there. This is the one that B&Q carries, though. I've used a full one of these, and I'm down to there on my second bottle in like 7 years, 8 years, whatever. And in the bottom, there is a collection of pigment, probably a centimetre thick. Because you don't... The solids will precipitate out. And the colour, like the liquid resins stuff, will be in there, but it's not really a problem. But if you're paying like 5, 6, 7 quid or something for one of them that's 2 litres, or the same for that much, there's no contest. Water got a lid of powdered pigment off. We didn't use that. We used black, dark rust, and dark brown. Those 3. These 2 we will use, but we'll use those along with that later. We're going to start off with just these 3. But I'm pretty happy with how we've gone on there. I'm working out whether I just powder a little bit of rust onto the end bits. We'll see. On the whole, though, it's pretty good metal. Black, squidge. Dark rust. It's funny, I was never keen on these. I had them for about a year and I hardly ever used them. I used them a little bit and was like, yeah, these aren't great. But then I tried them again and I was impressed. A couple of squidges of that. So we are going to hit the tops of these. I need to clean my brush, there's metal flake in it. I want to hit the tops of these with black soot effects. I am going to need the black Templar though to go in all these holes. That's what we will have to do. Where is the thinner? I'm on using this to clean the brush. It's not a requirement for the painting we're doing. We're just getting the paint off. One of them is. Two of them is. One of them isn't. One of them sat. This one over here. Can't see. This one's got enamel in. This one's clean. This one's clean. Right, I think that's going to be clean enough. Clean enough for us anyway. So now I'm going into water just to give it a bit of a swizzle. Let's put the Black Templar in these holes first. Yeah, that's going to fall off. Are you hobbying tonight, or are you just taking it easy? Question goes for everybody as well. What's everyone up to? This is one of those steps which it's worth doing. What else didn't he give you accurate info on? Some of these are tricky to get access to. Well, maybe it was accurate for what he did, but not for what that guide did. Those Tamiya ones he suggested, though, might be close enough. Did you get pictures of the one he did? Just getting the rest of these little exhaust holes in. This section isn't the most interesting, but it's one of the most necessary. As we try not to knock these off this blue tag. At this point, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, did you get pictures of his, Paulie? Yeah, solid. Let's get the insides done. Load up on paint for this. Those two. Heinrich, ahoy! How are you doing today? Black Templar's reading is blue today. You good? That's, yeah, I'm feeling that. Yesterday was worse. Didn't get up till late. And then the stream in the middle of it, and then it was nearly bedtime. I'm not even sitting in the right place here. Well, face cam's in the right place, but desk cam's not in the right place. Let's go like this. Yeah, a few folk have been talking about that. So let's start with some black. And this is fairly shiny, so it looks like how a gloss would react. So I'm not going in with water. I usually like to put water in first to ensure that the wash doesn't immediately decide to just stick and colour an area in. But this seems to be sliding around quite nicely. Just got to be on the ball for it drying. No worries. See you soon. My iPad's absolute rubbish. The batteries are fucked in it. So it only works plugged in now. So the plan here is to try and let it just sort of dry in there a little bit. And then I can find areas where I'd want to clean up, like that corner, and literally just wick away some of the paint. A little bit of the brown in. Plus, the worst thing on my iPad is it's only 32 gig. So you can literally have like one application on it. Or it's full. But with all the Apple updates. This is the side that's outside. Tell me if you want me to zoom in at all. See what I'm actually doing. Or whether you're happy enough with the current view. We can't really touch the top yet until all this is dry. Close enough? You can go closer. You can actually go even closer than that. Well, we lose what the hell's going on then. So hopefully now this is on here, we've got a bit more area for the wash to bite onto. Can even do this, you know. Very well. Right there, while we're concentrating on getting some rusty tones in. Looks a bit weird at the moment, but we need to let it dry, so the brightness comes back in, and then we're going to hit it with some paler pink. Well, this pink will go dry. We need to think of the colour for this band. It's probably going to be the same colours we're using, to be honest, and hope that silver does it for us. We shall have a look. I want to put it on in sort of sections. So I've just dried the brush. In my mind, the dirt's going to be mostly around the rivets. So we can sort of clean up around those. We don't want to like totally clean it up. We want to keep it. Keep it dirty. The darkness that's around these rivets will lighten as it dries. Hey, Zero, good evening. Have a good Sunday. Welcome back, Kosu. I think the Smirch love affair's over, Gosu. Oh no. You just tested. Yeah, Gosu, it's all about the helmet now. Truck. How many days have you been sick, Zero? Why are you... Don't be doing that. Especially when you're sick. That's just torture. It doesn't get any better in season 2. In fact, it's worse. So don't bother that either. In comparison to what would be my comeback to that. No. It's not fantastic. It's good in comparison to season 1 and 2. Season 3 still has a lot of problems. A lot of problems. It's nowhere near Old Trek, but what it is it's closer to the next-gen movies than anything else. And the next-gen movies are very, very hit and miss. It's not fantastic. It's 6 out of 10. No, it's not. It's still full of stupid decisions that don't make any sense. And decisions that are made just to please an audience that wishes it was, 30 years ago. When the driving or piloting, how do you pilot a starship? You pilot a starship. When you're piloting the Enterprise as though it's the Millennium Falcon through an exploding other spaceship, then you know it's not fantastic. Gosu's just he's trying to play me like a fiddle. It's not happening. I'm not biting into that nonsense. I think that's enough rust on there. No, I'm not watching it. I've watched clips of it, but I'm not watching it. I've watched the supposed really good clips, and I've seen lots of really bad clips. I had somebody persuade me that it was really good by sending me loads of like season 3 best bits, and I'm like, this isn't Star Trek. It isn't. Made a splodge there. Mind-blowing good. Here's a question for you. Here's a question. Would Worf kill an unarmed Ferengi? Because he doesn't just kill an unarmed Ferengi. He beheads an unarmed Ferengi. And then cracks wise about it. Depends what it is, Paulie. What is Blue Eye Samurai? I think this rust was a little bit too much. Better. Like thick soot build up now. We need a splodge of rust on there though. Maybe a bit here. But it depends what animated stuff it is. I'm not a fan of the whole Rick and Morty was popular. Let's make all our shows like Rick and Morty thing that happened. I do have a lot of animated stuff on my collection. I have to write it in Discord to remember. Let's get these top bits done in. Yeah, and the thing is, because it got really popular, all the animation houses like, oh, we must copy this. We must make our characters as obnoxious as possible. I was told to try watching Lower Decks. I gave it 3 episodes. And the main female character, lead character person, was so grating and annoying and over the top. I was like, this is just shit. Can you just calm your ass down? This top section, and then we should be good. We'll start with some brown this time. So this is thinner metal, and this would rust more than the other stuff, really. It heavily depends on what it is. There's a lot of shit out there. Just generic animated shit, which there always was. Like once we take the rose-colored spectacles off, a lot of the animation we watched when we were growing up was shit. A lot of the cheap Japanese stuff is like literally 4 frames of animation, but there is stuff out there that's really good. I still highly recommend everybody give the Animatrix a shot. Animatrix is worth watching. Some bits of it are so bleak. Probably not using this brush to do that. Use a different brush. Why did we get? This brush will do it. Looks like shit. Don't worry, we ain't finished. How should we tackle this? I want to keep some dark in there. Maybe we just look what other rust pigments I've got. I want to keep it dry, see. I don't want to go up, that over. White, no. What are you? Yeah, you're what I want. Brown iron oxide. Is it? Brown iron oxide. This is usually what I use for Martian bases. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Just a little touch of that. There's a before and an after. We are going to put black around all the edge of here. So that'll be okay. Matches in nicely with everything else. Or it will do once this is actually fully painted. Yeah. That works. You can't see it. Hold up. Now ignore the fact that the carapace hasn't been finished. But it will be this week. Table looks rusty. Yeah, my take on like my review of Picard season 3 would basically be, if you've got a brain and you can objectively look at something and look at it and go like, that doesn't make any sense, or I understand what's happening there, without one like shiny thing being replaced by, oh, look at the next shiny thing, before you can even, your brain can go, hang on, that was stupid. Why did that happen? Before the next big shiny thing happens. And then the next big shiny thing happens. And then this happens, and then that happens, and this happens. Without a story, it's just thing after thing after thing after thing. And then they weave in the little bits of, oh, you remember when that thing happened 25 years ago in that episode that you really liked? Of the show you really liked? Yeah. Well, here's another one for you to look at, and you go, oh, I remember that. That was really good. And you remember all the good things, and then you see the next big thing. And there's some flashy stuff and a story that makes no sense. And then you go, oh, but I remember that. There were things in the show I liked. And then something big flashy happens without a story that makes sense, and another thing happens. And that's all season 3 of Picard was. Half the story didn't make any sense. And half the story didn't need to be in there. Like there's a guy out there, I don't know what his video is, but he breaks down the entire storyboard of season 3. And then he sort of superimposes it along with set piece beats. But I've seen the whole end sequence and wasn't impressed. There's lights on here. There's lights. I'm just thinking what to do with them. Maybe I just... What's it like on this side? There's not much we can do with those. Like we could make them silver and put like a clear colour over the top. But they seem pretty pointless. They seem pretty pointless. Right, let's get this one done. So we started off, same as usual. Don't need that brush, use this brush. I haven't destroyed. Black first. It's fairly shiny, so it should be fine to just slather on. It's actually a little bit thicker than the other side. A touch of water to it. What are you trying to get done? Well, here we might as well just quickly get the other colours blocked in, and then from that point, refine. Bit of water, a bit of brown, just because this is starting to dry up a bit, which is good for actual painting. But to tone, it's a little bit more difficult. Laundry and putting bubble wrap around the AC. Rosie was trying to pull it off and attacking your fingers from the cat seats. Fun times. Sent a pic of Sam helping fold laundry. Well, I don't think I have my phone on me. I don't. Unless it's in my pocket. Nope. Somewhere. I see next week's Games Workshop release thingy is the Necrons and the AdMech. And I see it's full of like loads of new models for the Necrons and some that are being re-released. And that stupid, tall, lanky fella for the AdMech. He's not a release of equality. Let's go into this, the thicker part of this black wash. We'll get a little bit of the powdery rust on that section. Top is mostly black, and around the rim wash that, bit of brown, splodgy splodge, like so. And then I should be able to amp this brush and pull this up here slightly. And here, okay, yep. That looks dry enough to be able to take pigment. Okay, we now need to go dark from the top here. So like that. All around, in the brush. Blend this in. Say blend it in, it's really just making sure there's not a solid line there. It doesn't need to be blended in that sense of the word. Bit of rust around that bolt. This section. Dark from the top. And we'll put a little bit of brown in with that. Water. Now I need to sort of wet this section. Or dampen it, I should say. Make sure it is. Otherwise, pigment won't stick to it. I think it was quite wet enough. Let's add a tiny, tiny bit of water without buggering this up. do. There's the other exhaust. You put that one want to keep out. This one want to go away. What's that bit? Then I need my tissue back again. No, won't. It'll probably stay like this. No. The top's going to have black soot around the tops of them, but it's fine. When we put it on the model, you'll see how it looks. Ignore the... well, that's not fully done yet. But it's within pallet. It's within pallet, so it'll be fine. And they do look probably better in person than they do on the camera. They look good. While I'm here, before I forget, what I am going to do is get a bit of that bright steel out and block in the bits that I know I want to have bright. That can come off. That can come off. Yeah, it's definitely a camera thing, because those are... in person, this area is no brighter than this orange here, which isn't very bright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour in this area here, silver, and I'm going to... there's two balls in there, I'm going to do those as well. Didn't want to do that though. Yeah, it's bright, but it's not crazy bright. Look at it this way. I've painted enough rust over the years to know that it's the right colour. So those are now set for some lenses. We can do the other while we're here. Should be easier. Remember as well, because it's a pigment, that surface is really rough on a microscopic level. So it's grabbing all the light from all the angles, it's just scattering all over it. So it looks paler, it looks more vibrant. And it's under the big lights. Right, those ones are in. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Contaminated my water now. Let's have to use some clean water. So I want these done. These gun barrels done today. So tomorrow, decals on this. I'll do the unifying wash on that. Well, it's decals chipping actually. Decals and chipping. I'm just thinking. I have a little bit to do on the back of this gun here as well, and there's a little bit of a touch up in some red, which before I forget, because I will forget, I want to get a bit of red. Might as well put it in my little mixing section of this palette. That one's okay. What's this one? These snapped at one point. So we lost a bit of paint on them. This is Murphison red. If I can get the paint to stick. I need to go at that with a little bit of lacquer first. Hey VD. How's those aliens going? Waiting for a bust to print, then going to test print some larger scale colonial marines. We're on with the same thing as we were on yesterday. We've done the exhausts, as you can see. Both exhausts are in place. It's really going to come together as soon as we get the enamels on that carapace. Just examining it at the moment in case I spot anything else. Well, it has at the moment. Is exactly what's happened. It's had a respray halfway through. So we need to darken it back off again. There's a couple of really ugly decals along the side that I wasn't keen on, and it bugged me, so we're changing those around. Okay. These again. Clean out the airbrush. Who would do that? Is that going to stay? It's debatable whether it will. Well, off we go again. Fresh water first, eh? I'm about out of water. Right, let's do it. So, black, water, we need a bit more black in there, just it's getting a bit thick. Same for the brown. The rust's okay. A little bit of a chip there. You get the heavy black wash in first, and then we'll adjust it where we see we need to. Make sure those corners are nice and dark. Looks okay to me. We'll try and get this line in darker. These are brown. And we take the middle out. Like that. Take the middle out. It'd be nice if there was a colour that was right in between this black and brown, so I didn't have to keep mixing it. It'd be nice. Just open the Land Rover 3 kit. This is next to you. It's going to... Ah, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. One page at a time. In fact, one step at a time would be preferable. Welcome back. Need to block these in black, so we're going to do that with our black template again. Not neat. Where are all the popular kids painting these days? Is it just lots of Space Marines? Is that the way to do it? Just paint yellow military vehicles. And that's where I've been going wrong. You know, you're probably not too far wrong. Just do loads of Imperial fish things. Belgium, ahoy! How are you doing? We're doing alright. We're running out of time. But we're getting there. Yeah, I think, well, why aren't you doing the Space Wolves? Why are you doing this tonight? Well, the Space Wolves have got to sit and harden for another day or two. Or we'll make a big mess. And we know basing doesn't take long. So we're saving that for next week's streams. I ain't paying bloody God knows how much for Legions Imperialis. It'd be far too expensive. Like 100 quid or something. Oh, it's not sounding too good then. No, I haven't, should I? Can you get me a link, Gosu? Oh, they are tiny. There's no getting away from that, it's just a fact. Hang on. On the inside of the plastic, yeah. Where's that browser at? They look fucked. There's got to be a problem there. What do the pictures look like on the website? Because they look worse than the old models. They look worse than the old models. They've got to be wrong. They're worse than the old ones. I don't know where my bag of old ones is at the moment. And yeah, they are small, however. Those are dog shit. That's really bad. The thing is, if they couldn't get the pose right, like on that picture, the one on the far left's all right. Yeah, the one on the far left looks okay. The one at the top middle looks okay. Those other three look like absolute dog shit. And there's no getting away from that. They look like dog shit. So if they couldn't get those poses to work properly, don't make them have those poses. Surely you make a pose that does work. I can't quite believe that, you know. I'm going to one of my communities to have a look, see if we can see anything. Enhance. It's almost like the preview shots that they've got on the website aren't the same as what they've released. And if that's what the Space Marines are like, what are the little fellas going to be like? No, Polly. Enjoy. Yeah, I can't believe that. That's really, really bad. That's really bad. It's almost like, what have you got to hide, Games Workshop bad? But there's been people like Sam Lenz has painted these. That doesn't sound good. Yeah, that's terrible. You know, I've seen some 40k models that have that sort of fine from one view, but like pushed back on the side views. Particularly the new old Death Guard models that came in 8th edition. Those were a bit like that, between the legs. Especially where all the, what's it called? The chainmail is. I can't get over that picture. Yeah, totally. I've seen 3D printed 6mm Marines that look amazing. Maybe that's what folk will do. They'll just use the old rules, the new models, get them while you can because the game won't last long. But they've gone to all that effort of doing the tanks, which look decent. They've got the planes and they've got the Titans and all the Knights. And then they've got that dog shit. And people are going to be painting loads of them and they're going to hate it because the models are shit. And they're going to feel... what's the word? Cheated by Games Workshop. Because nobody's seen that until they get the box. close this. What they should have done is they should have been honest straight away and had the 360s of the troops. Thing is, we've had this level of incompetence before, though. What with Blackstone? Was it Blackstone Fortress? Where they had this new game system, and then some shit went down, and then they gave up. Was it Curse City? What was it? Curse City. Yeah, people are going to be pissed about that. I'm pissed about it. I'm not even getting it. How does it seem to play? Have they sort of described it? Like, have they described the way it plays? Because by all accounts, Adeptus Titanicus plays really well, which is obviously isn't the same rules, but why didn't they just build off that? The people that like Titanicus really like Titanicus. So why didn't they just use that as a base? Right, so we've got our dark sections in now. They don't need to be perfect, these, because they're going to be under all the washes. But we need to get that darkness in there. I do need to do another coat inside those sections, actually, because they're not as dark as they should be.
What did one eye say to the other eye? Between you and me something smells.
Thank you very much. funny thing is, as well, to 3D print troops in that scale is going to take all of about 15 minutes. In the end, we are left with a game that is fine. It is not great, may not even be good, but it's certainly not bad. It's a perfectly fine game, and you can play it, and it won't break under the strain of rolling piles of dice over the course of a few hours, assuming you can find space on the table to roll, given the recommended game size. Anyway, and while the spectacle of the enormous armies squaring off against one another under striding god engines and between gigantic crumbling blocks is something that's hard to find anywhere else, the actual experience of playing the game felt hollow. Yeah, they fucked it. So these people have got copies early, yeah? Part of me, a small part of me wonders whether they were sent the old broken versions because they had them kicking around. But then, so close to release, they would have main stock. I think it's going to be a case of somebody writing an alternate rule set and using 3D printed miniatures. I keep looking back at the pictures, like the box contents, to see whether I can see any other obvious rubbish models. Can't see. Right. If you haven't worked out, I'm losing steam on these gun barrels. You have to stick them in Discord so I can have a see what you're talking about later. Because this is going to be lots of drama. There's a hair there. We're going to get all the Games Workshop apologists come out and say how it's perfectly fine and people to stop whinging. I wouldn't cancel it. I would just be ready to 3D print your own shit. Because you're going to get things like Mark III Marines and all sorts of cool stuff that Games Workshop will take months to make, and then they're going to look like shit. Just buy stuff you know they can make, like the tanks. The Titans are brilliant. The crazy thing is, I've even seen 4mm Warhammer troops that look better than those. The rules will be out there within weeks, if not days. We'll see what happens within the first couple of months. But what would be great, which we won't see, is if Games Workshop just came out and said, look, we had problems with Adeptus Titanicus, but we're going to get it sorted out, and this is what we're going to do, X, Y, Z. But we won't. we'll see it struggle on for a year and then quietly get the same treatment that Aeronautica Imperialis. What is my chair stuck on? What Aeronautica Imperialis got, which was the quiet death. Which is annoying because think of all the money they've spent in the Titans, in the tanks, all the troops, etc. The flyers, then go and fuck it up. Probably through greed. Have to get it out for Christmas. Well, no, you don't. Get it out when it's right, and then it'll be a success. When has anything ever been rushed that's been decent? Exactly. Just look at video games. How many video games come out that are shit to begin with and then don't get the attention they deserve compared to the one or two that do? I'll let that dry a little bit before we continue. It's just really bad management. Really bad management. It basically says you don't care about your product. And all you care about is money. Thought those days had gone from Games Workshop. Look at the amount of work they did to make Space Marines an 8th edition work. Right. Get this one up to here done. But we'll get a new price increase in like the new year. Every year the price goes up. In my opinion, Games Workshop have always been good at making miniatures and distinctly average at doing rules for games. Always seems like an afterthought. They're always behind the times on ideas. Who wants to realistically? Who wants to roll 60 dice every turn? Repeatedly. Imagine a Custodes force fighting a massive orc horde. Christ, you could go and have a pizza at a restaurant, come back, and your opponent still be rolling dice. Archaic. Brown. 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 Yeah, it's going to be interesting reading on the Reddits and on the internets about AT this next week or so. Hopefully it is just a couple of models in the box that are like that, and that person's literally just put them all on the same board for maximum engagement. But I suppose we'll see. Okay, we're doing all right. So here, it's literally the brown and the black mixed together with a bit of water. We're getting there, Hendrik, slowly. Slowly getting there. I'm happy to get this last, well, these last two barrels done. It's just everything 3 times, times 4. On the flip side, you went to the Element Games Open Day and played Middle-earth Structure Battle game. Yeah? I've heard very little about it for ages. How big are the miniatures? Because the sculpts look really bad on the website, and I think it's just because they're tiny. Is that right? Were they like Tau size? Or smaller? Because Tau is smaller than Guardsman. They went on an adventure, Heinrich. They're on the way to Isengard. I think Nyx has Treebeard from the range. While they dry a little bit. I want to fix this. Where'd the super glue go? Hiding under the Titan weaponry. Hey, Ryan. Squeeze the glue too hard. It's going everywhere. There were 20 something thousand, 20, Was it 24,000 people watching the reveal the other day? $24,000. 3 a.m. Yeah. I might have to stream all day next week. All day. Every day next week. Might have to do it. Not because I need to get, well, I do need to get mods done. But we're down. Compared to last month, we're down. And as this month is... Where's my calendar? The last one before Christmas. It's going to be tight. Calendar. Where are you at? Lost it. Well, in viewers, and so we're down to like 20 something subs at the moment. I mean, yeah, I know subs aren't the best way of supporting the stream. However, they're a good solid metric on how well we're doing in support in general. But yeah, viewers and all the things. Right, this one. I don't think people have enjoyed those flyers. Is the main thing. We have 22 people watching total, and 20 within Twitch.
Welcome to fucking Deadwood!
Puff Daddy, thank you for the follow. So I don't think people have enjoyed watching the flyers. Hello there. Thank you very much for the follow and welcome in. We're just working on some metals at the moment. Marines are always popular. That's the thing, we want to get them done. Only working with some acrylics at the moment, Puff. Just getting the product on, and then we'll move it around where we want it. Thank you. We've done this one over here that you can see in the distance. Let me try and turn this around a bit. We've done that one. We're now getting this one to sort of match it. Bit more water. After streaming for like 6 years, there's no like, what's the word I'm looking for here? There are no real patterns you can follow with regards to Twitch. It's the most strange and unpredictable thing. We've attempted to try and work out trends and what's popular and what isn't, and it's just difficult. So these acrylics we're working with, both. I'm not doing any enamels at the moment. That'll come when we do the top carapace. Go black. Brown. Try and do this line. I wasn't keen on doing this line brown at first, but the more I do it on the other things, it's... Oh, it's alright. What's probably going to happen in December? Well, from like second week in December, is our stream days will be changing. So we're going to be doing Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. It might be Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. And therefore skipping Wednesdays and dropping Saturday, Sunday. Swan Morton scalpel. Number 3 handle. It's actually a lightsaber. Number 10A blades. Swan Morton. Swan like the bird. Morton, Morton. The surgical scalpel manufacturers. ON at the end. I think it's double N on Swan. But yeah, this is the handles are like six quid or something, and you get a pack of 10A blades. I think number 9s are also quite good. What I would suggest is you get this. This little blue box. This is the Swan Morton Universal Scalpel Blade Remover. Oh, mine's got tape on it and paint on it. So when you want to remove the blade, rather than risk getting cut, this has got loads of spent blades in it. You turn that over that way, and then you bend that back, push down on here, and then your blade will come out. Then you can put a new one on. And the way you put a new one on, we can get this back out without losing it to the box forever. And then they're in there then, and you're not going to stab yourself or anybody gets stabbed. You hold it this way around with the bit forwards. You put the hole, the blade, the scalpel holder through the hole, and you push down, and then it's on. Not as often as I should. You should really do it every build session. The sharper your blade, the less accidents you'll have. Sounds counterintuitive, but it's the way it is. If you do anything with a dull blade, you're going to slip. I do snap blades occasionally. Yeah, you want the sharpest blade you can get. Every time I do building, I'll replace my blade. Sometimes if I'm doing a lot of making, I might replace multiple times a session. They're designed to cut skin and flesh, not hard plastic. This one hasn't had much use. Yeah. The good thing as well is you'll hear people use X-Acto blades and X-Acto knives. So X-Acto knives have a problem that when you put them down on the table, they'll roll. And if they roll, it's going to roll off your table at some point and stab you in the foot. These are good because they're flat. They ain't going anywhere. Mine's covered in milliput, that's why it looks filthy. And the milliput ain't coming off. How about clippers? You have some high quality ones. They had some use, but not that much. You can tell they are going blunt. Display, mine, I've got 2 pairs. The reason why I have 2 pairs is my old pair that I had for years. They, I don't know if I could even tighten it, but they sort of crunch at the end, and I thought it was the limiter. But it's not the limiter that's causing it. It's weird. It's like there's an alignment issue on the old ones, but they still work. The new ones are okay. They had a problem where they would I got glue in them, and because I got glue in them, they would hold shut, but they seem to have finally freed themselves. And these ones are good. I have my little adjustment screw set right on these. But these should last years. DSPA... The hell is that? DSPIAE. Terrible, terrible name. These are the version 3s. These are the version 2s. They're very, very similar. Very similar. This one has the limiters. But yeah, these have started to actually work properly now. I have a set of cheap ones as well, Heinrich. Don't do your entire build with these. What I mean by that is when you've got your sprue, cut through your sprues with some cheap nippers. I say cheap, these are quite expensive, but they aren't very good. These are just Tamiya ones. They're not single bladed. So just cut through your sprues with like normal, and then just use those to cut the nubs off. And they'll last forever that way. Last for actual ever. Just stick it on. I've oiled these. The pair of these have been oiled. You can't tell it from the oxidation on the outsides of them, but yeah, there's oil in there. And in there. That's oily. Don't put too much on though. It's like a watch. You want a smallest amount of... Yeah, because it's just steel. You want the smallest amount possible. If you put too much on, it'll start to attract dirt, and then it'll be counterintuitive of what you think. Just a tiny bit in. Just when I feel I need it, really. Not often. Airbrush. I oil that more. If you use too much oil as well, you'll get it on the plastic, and then you'll have problems with you trying to paint it. Keep them clean. A little bit of oil, just enough so it's nice and free. If you go overboard, yeah, not good. We need to do the dark section on this. I haven't done any of the rusting on these yet. Let me get this section and this section done just before we finish. Black, a little bit of brown, more black. Right. This section, a bit more brown in this one. and then just the pure black inside there. This is all really subtle because although I'm changing colours, the palette itself is very similar. It's just so when the colours are on the model, it looks a little different more than anything else. And a little bit more brown in this than I thought. And then this next section, these are brown. But the inside bits are black. Last task is to put the brown in those slits. And in the 3 sheety holes on the front. Able to lemonade. Yes, more nights. Same one we've been doing for a while. Say that. That's not strictly true. We've done this a couple of times this week. And we haven't touched it for years prior to that. Taking a break from the flyers while they harden and cure. We're getting there. It's going to start snowing. So we got... Where are we? We got that one done. Which, I say done, it needs its armor panels put back on. Hold up. One. That one's sort of in place, it's just balanced. Can't see now. It's got a base. It's got a big Martian base. Show you his base. That's his base. No snow though. No snow. Tomorrow we're going to work on the top carapace because I've just about done these guns. We're going to finish them off tomorrow. We've got a little bit of black to put on the ends of them and a tiny bit of rust. And then that'll go. Somewhere in there. It's not exact because it shouldn't be touching. It should be up. But they're much meaner guns than what it did have. You, hello there. How's it going? Have you finished your print, Builder? Because that thing must be enormous. That needs to come further forward as well. Good stuff. So yeah, tomorrow's job is going to be finish off those guns. It shouldn't take very long because they're very close now. And then a bit of decal work on the top. We did the exhaust today as well. They're locked in. We need a little bit of black on those. And then a little bit of touch up here and there. There's not much to do. He needs his other side panel on. Belongs on this gun. Tiny bit of OSL work. Don't forget to put that panel on the back. Have you seen how big it is, Vite? That Ripley new. It's what, 2.5 feet it's going to be? It's going to be like that big, at least, when he's finished it. Just madman. The quality of the print looks great, though. It's yeah, we've run out of steam for today. It's coming along though. As soon as we get that top carapace in and toned down, I'll be happy. I'm liking the guns a lot more. The exhausts are much better as well. They were the two main things I wanted to address: the guns and the carapace. The exhausts were extra. It's nice though, there's a central red core and it splits out over to where the guns are. Slight difference there. Slight difference. So yeah, we're probably going to have to stream every day next week. I've lost my calendar again. I'll find out tomorrow. Yeah, we need to try and see what we can do. This is the last month before Christmas. I know Christmas is 25th, but our payouts are on the 15th. And that's from the previous month. So we need to see what we can do. So yeah, if you like the stream and help support it, there's numerous ways of doing it. We have the source wheel, we have bits as well. Bits of donations will sort that out. We've got the Patreon, which is going to be getting video content through December and January. Small 3-minute succinct videos on technique. We're not going to do 15-20 minute videos that are all highly produced. They're just going to be to the point and sort out what people need to learn. So that'll be going on Patreon and then onto YouTube probably. We'll see, we'll do multi-streaming throughout the new year. We may drop Kick from the equation. We shall see. It will still be on YouTube. What's been going on today? Let me have a quick look. Where are we? Stream elements, activity feed. 100 biddies from Nixbeer. Thank you very much. So, yeah. Have a good one, everybody. We're just going to end the old stream. And see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock UK time. In the evenings, that is. Not in the morning, not a bad one. Good night, all. Have a good one. Take care. Where's the button?